to Mr. Williams' house after work, is that correct?
That's right.
And you had 2 vodkas with Mr. Williams, is that correct?
Yes.
And after that, you guys went to the city centre, is that correct?
We got taxi.
Okay. Mr. Cornell, you did make a statement to the police the next day, didn't you? Regarding the incident, yes.
Yes, I did.
And you do understand that you have a duty to tell the truth.
Yes, I do.
And the witness statement was written by the police officer as per your instruction, is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
And you did have an opportunity to read through the statement and confirm, is that correct?
Yes, I did.
And you did sign the first and the bottom of every page, is that correct?
That's right.
Do you have the witness statement?
I do, yes.
You? Can you confirm that the signature on the witness statement is yours?
Yes, that's mine. There are two. Oh, there are two? Yes, that's mine too.
May I take you to page 1 of your witness statement, paragraph 3,
Yeah.
where you said you got a taxi from your house to the Newcastle city centre. Is it?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Whereas in your chief you said you got a taxi from Mr. Williams' house. Is that
Yes,
correct?
that's right. Yes, I was wrong. I do apologise.
Or is it that because you didn't want the police officers to know that you had vodka before leaving your house?
No, that's not the case. I'd been punched in the face quite viciously before, not long, within 24 hours of making that statement, so I was confused. I do apologise.
Moving on, you went to a number of pubs in the Newcastle city centre, is that correct?
That's right.
First one was the Old Ship, where you had 2 pints of lager, is
Yeah.
that correct? Second, the Blind Beggar, where you had another 2 pints.
Yeah.
And third, the Feathers, where you had another 2 pints.
Yes.
And fourthly, the Lamb and the Flag, where you had another 2 pints.
That's correct.
That makes it 8 pints of lager and 2 vodkas that evening, is that correct?
That's right.
Mr. Connell, if I may refer you to the same page of your witness statement, page 1, paragraph 5,
Yeah.
where you said you had 2 pints in Old Ship and then 2 pints in Lamb and Flag.
Yes, that's wrong. As I just said, I was confused when I was writing this statement.
Or is it that, Mr. Connell, that you were so drunk after having that many drink that you don't even remember how they went?
No, that's not true at all. We do have a regular Friday night out, so no, I wasn't outwardly drunk at all.
Moving on, at one of the pubs you met Samantha, your ex-girlfriend,
That's
is that
right.
correct? And she was there with her boyfriend. Is that
She
correct?
was.
Right. And you spoke to her about 10 to 15 minutes,
Probably about that long, yeah.
and you were not really pleased to see her, were you?
It was a little awkward. I wouldn't say I wasn't pleased to see her. I do like her. She's a nice person, but it was just a bit awkward, especially the new boyfriend being there. It's bound to be awkward, isn't it?
After your conversation, you could not find your friends as they had already left you, is that correct?
Yes, that's right. They had.
And you were very upset that they left you without informing you, is that correct?
No, I wasn't very upset. I was a little disappointed, but it was probably time to go home anyway.
And you were not happy at all seeing your girlfriend with another man, is that
No, it
correct?
was awkward. It wasn't the case of I wasn't happy at all. It was just awkward. That's all.
Right,
It
therefore
was
you made a
awkward.
decision to go home at 10:14, is that correct? And you left the
That
pub-
wasn't the decision. That wasn't why I went home. I went home because my friends had gone. It wasn't because I saw Samantha.
Or is it because that you had a rather disappointing night and you were upset that your friends left and you were not very happy to see your girlfriend with another man, that is why you decided to leave?
Okay, it was awkward to see my girlfriend and her ex. It wasn't the best night I've ever had. It also wasn't the worst night out. It was 10:40. It was time to go home. It was fine.
Right. Whereas, Mr. Connell, if I may refer you to page 2 of your witness statement,
Yes.
the first paragraph, second line,
Yeah.
starting, I had a good night,
Yeah.
where you said, in your police statement, you confirmed that you had a rather good night and that is why you decided to leave. Is that correct?
I'd had a good night.
Whereas, Mr. Connell, the fact is that you were not very happy and you didn't have a pleasant night and that is why you decided to go home.
I'd had, if you read it, I'd had a good night. It got a little bit awkward later on when I saw my ex and when I lost my friend, so I decided to go home. But up to that point, I had had a good night.
So, moving on. While you were waiting in the taxi queue, you called your ex-girlfriend Samantha and had a conversation, is that correct?
That's right, yes.
And the chat was not very pleasant, is that correct?
No, the chat was a little awkward. It was more to do with the fact that as adults we're going to bump into each other regularly in town. So I really just wanted to not leave it on an awkward sort of note. I wanted it to be, this is fine. If we bump into each other, we bump into each other. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
We're adults.
You
basically.
actually had a rather heated conversation, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Moving on, sir. You were heated conversation with your girlfriend, and you repeatedly were calling her a lying bitch on the phone, didn't you?
No, that's not true.
And you were quite drunk, as you had a lot of drink throughout the night, and you had a slurred speech, didn't you?
No, I didn't have slurred speech. I had consumed a fair amount of alcohol, but I wasn't outwardly drunk.
And when the taxi pulled over, you were very preoccupied talking to your girlfriend over the phone. Is that correct?
I was still on the phone, but I was getting in the taxi.
You were on the phone, and that is why you didn't notice that the taxi had already arrived, and you
No.
didn't move towards the taxi.
I did notice the taxi had arrived, and I did move towards the taxi.
Well, actually, the fact is, Mr. Colonel, that you were so preoccupied on the phone, and you had so much to drink, and you don't even know how even that took place.
No, that's not a fact. I was moving. The fact is, I was moving towards the taxi to get into it.
Mr. Craig, from behind, tapped you on your shoulders to draw your attention. Is that correct?
No.
And he asked you whether you were taking the taxi. Is that correct?
No.
But all you did was, you were so drunk that you just glared at him and you didn't say anything. Is that correct?
No, he just went and pushed in front of me and got into the taxi, tried to get into the taxi, tried to open the taxi door. That's what happened.
Right. And when you tried to get into the taxi, you swore at him, didn't you?
Sorry?
You swear at him, didn't
I
you?
think I swore at him, yes, but I think that's understandable because it was a very long way for the taxi. I don't think it's fair.
Well,
to jump in.
if I may refer to page 2 of your witness statement,
Yes.
the second paragraph,
Yep.
where you said, on the second paragraph, the last line, you said that you politely asked him that what was he doing, and it was an unprovoked attack. Is that correct?
Well, there's a difference between politely asking somebody why they jumped into a taxi queue and politely asking them to open the door for you. Yes, they're very different things, but in that context, I would say I was quite polite with them, yes.
Well, but then again, now you said you were swearing at him. You did
I
swear at him.
possibly did swear at him.
Okay. And you told, swearing at him, you shouted that, quoting your words, "What the fuck do you think you were doing?" Is that correct?
I don't think those would have been the words I used, but I couldn't say for sure they weren't.
You couldn't say because you had a lot to drink that night. Is that correct?
No, because not long after that I was punched very hard in the face.
Well, after you shouted at him, you were the one who raised your right hand immediately. Is that correct?
I did what, sorry?
You raised your right hand immediately,
No, I didn't. I was punched in the face. I have no idea
you
what
were
happened after that. I hit the ground.
and you were the one who clenched your fist because you were going to punch him. Is that correct?
No, I was punched in the face, so I have no idea what happened after that. For a brief moment, I was falling to the ground.
Well, in fact, Mr. Craig was the one who was scared, and Mr. Craig was sure that you were about to punch him, wasn't he?
No, that's not correct. He punched me.
And fearing the safety from his own safety from a drunk man, he pushed you to your chest with his palms. Is that correct?
No, he punched me in the face, so pushing me in the chest to protect himself would have been a bit of a waste of time as I was sat firmly on my backside at that point.
Well, but he pushed you because you were so drunk that you didn't even have a control on yourself, and you fell down on the pavement.
No, I fell because I was punched in the face.
Actually, the fact is, Mr. Craig acted in lawful self-defense, fearing a drunk man, and that is why he just pushed you, and he did not punch you. Is that correct?
No, he punched me in the face.
And throughout the night, you were rather disappointed and upset because your friend had left you, and you had an you felt awkward seeing a girlfriend with some other man, and you had a rather heated conversation with her as well. And
I didn't have a heated conversation with her.
And you had a lot to drink, and that is why you were angry, and you were the one
I
in
wasn't
fact
angry.
who punched him. Is that correct?
No, that is wholly incorrect.